I highly recommend people who are interested in this specific sports or sports drama or film in general to go and watch this drama. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where junkie and good storytelling shares their thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 超越 Beyond is a 29 episodes drama that has recently finished airing on all three web platforms, iQIYI, Tencent, Youku, and CCTV. The drama is directed by Zhang Xiaobo and led by Li Gengxi, Hu Jun, Sha Yi, Tu Songyan, also featuring many other well-known names in dramaland such as Mei Ting, Ma Li, and younger actors such as Gao Zhiting and Liu Yitie. Just by hearing how many actors are in the main cast of this drama, you know it's an ensemble drama, and it is focused on one specific kind of sports of the Winter Olympics, short track speed skating. This drama got filed as a project to be allowed to start back in April last year, and it took them 4 months to film this drama. And the interesting thing about this project is, first, it has that very strong state fond and definitely aimed at Winter Olympics task drama vibe. Of the three major producers of this drama, 2 of them are actually regional television stations, which on the national level would be the National Radio and Television Administration. So the Shanghai municipality branch of the organization and the Heilongjiang province, which is one of the 3 northeastern provinces, their branch of NRTA, are 2 of the major producers of this drama, plus Ningmeng, which is a commercial private-owned company that also produced To Fly With You, which is also about ice sports last year. But totally 100% different vibe and style and type of drama. The idol drama versus the proper serious drama. The other thing super crazy about this drama is they only wrapped early December last year. January the 9th was when this drama went live. Clearly because it needs to go out before Winter Olympic Games starts. So I'm guessing while they were filming it, they were already editing and doing the post-productions, just waiting for new footages to come in and filling those holes they know in their storyline. Green lights, green lights, green lights all the way. They succeeded at putting this drama out as it's intended, and it's a really good drama. I've already finished watching this whole drama, and I know it's not super popular online, not that many people talking about it, but everybody who's watched it said, wow, this is much better than I thought. On my scale, it's like 2.8 gold mine drama. If you love sports, ice sports, and if you're interested in the topic of short track speed skating, it's worth going into. And really, honestly, if you watched any sports-specific film or television series, you know it will include inevitably some very classic plotline. And this drama will have it all. In this drama, we definitely have a focus of the narrative, but like I said, it's more like an ensemble drama. Li Gengxi is the focus, is the person who brings us into the storytelling, but then we're gonna meet many other people. It has 2 timelines. One starts at the end of 1980s, when China first started to venture into short track speed skating. And that's the first generation of athletes and their coaches and the different organizations in the country under very restricted conditions and resources trying to break through and do well in this sports. And then it runs simultaneously like 2 intertwined lines with the mid-2010s timeline, first generation athletes, children generation now, how they are doing in short track speed skating. In that, we come across the Hu Jun and Li Gengxi row, the father and the daughter row. That's the story structure. Now, let's talk about mostly all the positive things about this drama. Number 1, starting from the very basic level, very good standard production. Because of the nature of the story, you know it's not gonna have idolized vibe, and it takes away any of that rosy filter that you have in To Fly With You. From a 2022 drama production standard, this is a very high standard production. Real voices from the actors, proper good acting, good editing, good camera work, and some of the speed skating specific sports camera work is very beautifully done. The second thing is about the story itself. You have a definitely focusing on this particular sports, everybody who's involved in this sports story. You will see a very detailed from many different angles display of what life is like for athletes, what type of training they get, what difficulties they run into, what is the life of coaches like, what are different, let's say, governmental organizations' positions in these things. And it pretty much shows every facade imaginable in a professional sports. You see the friendship between the athletes, but you also see that they are competitors and how they juggle between friendship and then competition. Who doesn't want to win, basically, want to come to the top, and then why they have to sometimes sacrifice themselves for the overall strategic plan for the entire team, whether it's a provincial or national team, to win at a particular competition. You see the classic story about talent versus hard work, and which is more important, or do you need both and then plus luck to be able to get to the top? You see the super successful people, but then you also see the very unfortunate, unlucky ones, and most of the athletes struggle their whole life to get to very close to top, but just one step away from being able to achieve their dream and have to go away and leave what they love for all kinds of reasons. Everything you can think of, basically, of a professional sports drama. That is the juicy part for you to go in to watch this type of thing. This drama will have it. Third good thing, great casting choices for all the roles, and then performance all on a very, very acceptable and good level. You have the first generation of athletes played by younger actors when they're younger, and then played by the older actors, well-established Hu Jun, Sha Yi, when they're in the 2010s storyline. And they did pick actors who have some resemblance facially between the younger and their older version, and both age group did such a great job. And for the 1980s timeline, the coach is played by Ma Li. I think it's one of her best roles she's gotten in recent years. She's not very well known, probably to my audiences who, if you only watch dramas, but she's more well known in the film land. Mostly very ridiculous comedy type of films. And she kind of has been typecasted into that for a long time now. Yet when she played this coach role in the 80s, who's such a grounded, realistic, no comedy attached at all, the reliable middle-aged mother that everybody wants to have, who is just so warm, so disciplined, so kind, but so steady and firm. She plays this role that just reminds probably a lot of people of the most admirable female, who is like your mother's generation type of people in your life. And her role doesn't have that much screen time later in the drama. It mostly is focused on the beginning of the drama, but it's her best role. And it really shows she's a great actress and really underestimated due to that she plays so many ridiculous comedy films. Also the young actor Gao Zhiting, who plays the young version of Hu Jun, and Liu Yitie, who plays the young version of Sha Yi. Those young actors are so good. As for the 2010 lines, maybe it's due to the fact that Snow Sword Stride just finished airing. On the brink of this drama showing up, you have Li Gengxi in both dramas, and both as female leads. I see a lot of people complain about her, and I don't quite understand it. Because I think for Snow Sword Stride, she's not the best cast for that role. But for this drama, she really suits it. She is great for contemporary dramas, and I like her performance in this drama. And I also have to say, to play a convincing athlete, she did put a lot of work in it. It's not easy to do that. It's not a perfect character in any way, but her performance makes it very convincing. I don't know why people complain about her. Maybe they just bring in their dislike of Jiang Ni from Snow Sword Stride into this one. Anyway, I love her, and I totally see why they would pick her for this role. And the final thing I've already kind of mentioned in point 1, when it comes to specifically about short track, speed skating, shooting, they really make the visual explanation clear and precise and well done. Before competition, for example, how we plan what we're gonna do, and once it starts, how the different athletes do their technical maneuver, and then what kind of situations they run through, who takes over who, and why it's done like that. The shots explain it so beautifully. I'm no expert of how it's done. I think it probably is super difficult to plan, storyboard, shoot. If you dig this type of thing, this drama will give you that. Then, if I have to say, what are the not so good or could be perfected thing? First is our main lead character, Chen Mian, played by Li Gengxi. She has a very fast tracked career from bottom of the list of the national team to suddenly become the person that they put their hope on to win very important international competitions. And the process of her getting from there to there didn't get very detailed explanation because of her previous story of first starting as a roller skater, not really ice skating, couldn't even stand still on ice. After a couple of years of training in the provincial team, got to the national team and still is like the bottom of the list in national training and how she keeps going up. It put a lot of time in explaining her journey. And by the end, like the last couple of episodes, it's just shot to the top. Just in terms of the storytelling, maybe it would be better if they can even out her progress. Dramatic storytelling wise, I totally understand why it needs to be her at the end who gets that task and get it completed. But then how she got from not so good to that good, I think it needs a little bit more explanation. The second thing is this drama has two timelines. First half of the drama, the two timelines goes simultaneously. I think because of the great acting and storytelling and overall better written pack of roles for the 1980s line, I actually hoped there's more screen time for those actors and their roles, but they do phase out as time moves on and as the actors transition from the young actor to the older actors. Once it becomes almost fully the 2010s timeline story, I don't think it's as attractive visually, on-screen, story-wise, character-wise as the 80s line. So I think the writing of this drama could work more on balancing it out, making the 2010s line as engaging as the 80s line. I think it also has an element of nostalgia because they did very good production design for 80s. It's more textured than the 2010s. That looks, I guess, more mundane and closer to our life now in time. It doesn't have that extra value for viewing than say if you have to do specific production designs for older time. But I do recognize also these are just my personal preferences and then it wouldn't change the fact that this is still a very good drama. At the end of this video, I highly recommend people who are interested in this specific sports or sports drama or film in general to go and watch this drama. Also, it's funny that Sha Yi and Li Gengxi have played father and daughter before in this drama. They're coach and athlete. And then you have Hu Jun and Li Gengxi in this drama playing father and daughter. But no source right. They are father-in-law and daughter-in-law. That just means Dramaland is big, but Dramaland is also very small. That will be the end of this review video on the drama Beyond 超越. Thank you for watching Avenue X, and also during this time of Chinese New Year, of the Year of Tiger, and also Winter Olympics in Beijing. Hope you're having a good time, a good winter. Take care, I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.